ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः अर्जुन विषादयोगः।
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय। सञ्जय उवाच दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकम् व्यूढम् दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्यमुपसंगम्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत् पश्यैताम् पाण्डुपुत्राणाम् आचार्यमहतीम् च व्यूढाम् द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येन धीमता अत्र शूरा महेश्वासाः भीमार्जुनसमायुधि युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः दृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान् पुरुजित् कुन्तिभोजश्च शैब्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः।
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Ahara, Aarogya, Adhyatma, the light of samskara. Today we'll start the Bhagavad Gita Abhyana. Before we start looking into the Slokas taught by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, let us understand the background. After the Pandavas, they lose the Juju Ata along with Duryodhana and Kauravas. They would have gone for 12 years of Vanavasa and they finish 1 year of Adhyatma and they come back and try to get back their Indraprastha. But unfortunately, Duryodhana would have become so arrogant, so egoistic that he refuses to give anything. So they don't know what to do because in spite of following all the conditions, they are unable to get back their Raja. So they ask Krishna, Hey Madhusudana, Hey Madhava, what should we do now? And even Kunti is helpless and she asks Krishna, do something. Then Krishna says, wait for a minute, let me go and try my diplomacy and then we decide whether to go for war or not. So Krishna Paramatma himself goes to the Dhritarashtra's asthana and he says, please give back the land of Pandavas. Duryodhana says, no, it is not possible. We are not going to give anything. Then Krishna says, at least give 5 villages. For 5 Pandavas, give 5 villages. Duryodhana was so arrogant, so agitated and angry. He says, no, not only 5 villages, I will not give even the land worth the tip of the needle. Even that much I will not give. Then Krishna is helpless. And when he is about to come out, at that time, Duryodhana, out of his anger and revenge and hatred, he says, arrest him. How dare he comes inside to ask for the land for the Pandavas. When Duryodhana's soldiers go to arrest, Krishna Paramatma shows his divine Vishwarupa Darshana, that is Virata Darshana. The whole lot of people are stunned by looking at the Vishwavyapi Paramatma Swarupa. And then Duryodhana becomes helpless, his soldiers are stunned, they are blindfolded with the light that emits from Krishna, the Krishna comes back. And when Kunti comes to know that they are helpless and nothing else is there, she says, okay, go for the war. By then, Krishna would have gone back to his place, and then they decide, no, we should have Krishna on our side when the war occurs. Otherwise, without Krishna, we cannot do anything. So they said, Arjuna, you go. You are the favorite of Krishna. So you go and ask, and he will definitely agree. At the same time, in Duryodhana's camp, there is a discussion, and his Shakuni Mama, who is a very wily and very wicked and very cunning fellow, he says, look, Duryodhana, you go to Krishna first and you ask for his Narayani Sainya. It is a most powerful one. Nobody can defeat Narayani Sainya except Krishna and his brother Balrama. So, if Krishna's army is with us, Narayani Sainya, we will be the definite winners. So, he hurriedly sends Duryodhana to Krishna's place. So, Duryodhana reaches Krishna's palace even before Arjuna reaches. And then he sees Krishna in a yoga nidra, and he is so blissfully lying down. He goes towards his head and sits on a seat by the side of his head and waits for him to wake up. By then, Arjuna also comes, and he sees that Duryodhana is already there. Krishna is having a yoga nidra. So he very politely, very humbly sits at the feet of Krishna, waiting for him to wake up. And Krishna knows everything what is happening, and he wakes up and opens his eyes and looks at Arjuna, and he asks mischievously, "Oh, Arjuna, how come you have come here? What is the reason? What makes you bring here?" And then Arjuna says, "Hey Madhava, hey Madhusudana," and when he is about to speak, Duryodhana comes in the middle and he says, "I have come first. You have to listen to me." Then Krishna says, "Oh Duryodhana, you are also here. I didn't see you. I saw Arjuna first. He was sitting in front of me. You were at the back, so I didn't see you. But however, since Arjuna has come first, let him have the choice." Then Arjuna says, "Hey Madhava, hey Madhusudana, hey Krishna, you are the epitome of everything, and without you we cannot fight the war. So we want your help." Then Krishna says, "Look, I'm alone. I'm not going to hold any missiles, not going to have any arms or ammunitions, and I'm not going to fight. On the other side, I have Narayani Sainya, which you can have. You choose between the two." Duryodhana will be worried where he is going to ask for the Narayani Sainya. But Arjuna, very politely, he says, "Hey Madhava, you are more than enough for us. As long as you are there with us, we don't need anything else. I don't need your army. You are enough. So I choose you, whether with arms or without arms, whether you fight or don't fight, but we want you on our side." Then Krishna happily agrees, and Duryodhana is also very happy because he was worried. His Shakuni Mama had told to get the Narayani Sainya, and he was worried where Arjuna is going to ask for the Narayani Sainya. So he said, "Okay, in that case, if he wants you, let him have you. I will have your Narayani Sainya." He pretends as if, he is not happy, but still, inside his mind he is very happy. And when they both go, ultimately the war starts. And when the war starts, both the Sainyas are there. There are 11 Akshauni Sainya on the Kaurava side and 7 on the Pandava side. And just before the war starts, Arjuna asks, "Madhava, I want to see the armies and see everyone in front of me. Take me in the middle." And when he starts going there, at that time, Vedavyasa comes to Dhritarashtra and he tells Dhritarashtra, "If you want to see what is happening in the war, I can give you a Divya Drishti. You can watch." Dhritarashtra says, "All along, all my life, I have been blind. I have not seen any light. What would I see the war where there is destruction and killing? I don't want to see." He says, okay, if you don't want, it's okay, I will go. And then he says, no, you give that Divya Drishti to Sanjaya. And Sanjaya in turn he will tell, like a running commentary. We are not seeing the cricket match, but we are seeing the match through his, and he will be giving the running commentary. In that way, a Divya Drishti is to see what is happening. And then, as soon as Vedvyasa goes, Dhritarashtra, so he is so eager, he is so selfish, he is so worried about his son's 100 children and the whole army of Kuru Amsha. He says, Sanjaya, just tell me what is happening. Just look at the Divya Drishti and tell me what is happening. And then, surprised, Sanjaya tells Duryodhana, he is going towards Dronacharya. Then he wonders, how come, why is he going to Dronacharya? Senapati is our Bhishma Pitamaha. Instead of going to Bhishma Pitamaha, why is he going to Dronacharya? He asks. He says, I don't know. And what is Arjuna doing? He says, Arjuna is coming in the middle along with Krishna as his chariot Sarathi. Oh, I see. Then see, what is he telling? Then he says, Duryodhana, he is actually more cunning than his father. He would have gone to Drupada, the Dronacharya, to make him feel more jealous, because there is always a fight between Drupada and Dronacharya. And so he wants to instigate and fuel more hatred so that he will fight more. Because he knew very well that Dronacharya always loved Arjuna. So he didn't want him to have a soft corner for Arjuna. So he wanted him to have more hatred. So he tells, look, Acharya, look at the Sene of Pandavas and your friend Drupada's son. Drishtadyumna, he has arranged a Vajra Vyuha, and how the whole army is looking so vast and so big. And that is only to instigate him to fight against the Pandavas. And then the Bhagavad Gita Abhyana, he starts. Before that, Sanjaya, he calls this as a Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Why he calls that battlefield as the war field as the Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre? Because Kuru Maharaja would have done penance there, he would have done Yajna Yaga. It is Dharma Kshetra because lots of Rishi Munis would have done penance, they would have done the Japa, Tapa and Tapassu in that area, and that's how that whole area is so very important. But in the third shloka he says, look at the army, they're so big. And then the war starts. Before the war starts, everything, and then Arjuna, he says, no, I cannot fight. These are all my own kith and kin. I cannot. And he sits down. And then the whole Bhagavad Gita Abhyana starts from the first shloka. So let us listen to the 1 to 5 shlokas before we go ahead. Wish you all a wonderful life and hope you all learn the great lesson taught by the Jagat Guru Shri Krishna. Akashat patitam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaraha keshavam pratigacchati. In whatever name we say, in whatever form we worship, whatever we do,